The art of silent power is the highest form of influence because it transcends words and gestures. The loud are forgettable, the dramatic are predictable, but the composed, those who hold their fire and choose their moments, become unforgettable. True presence is not about speaking first or dominating every space you enter. It is about creating an aura that demands attention without needing to ask for it. When you are silent, the world leans closer. People try to read your thoughts, sense your intentions, and predict your moves. Their curiosity becomes your leverage. What they cannot define, they cannot ignore. The powerful understand this truth and use silence as a weapon sharper than any tongue. To master silent power, one must first master the self. Restraint is the root of authority. Every unnecessary word diminishes the value of the next. Every uncontrolled reaction weakens the perception of strength. The one who does not flinch, who observes before acting, becomes larger than life in the eyes of others. They project the illusion of control, and illusions, when consistently maintained, become accepted as truth. The goal is to cultivate such control over your energy that people feel it before you speak. They sense your certainty, your awareness, your refusal to seek validation. It is this quiet dominance that leaves an impression long after you've left the room. Most people speak to be noticed, but the wise remain still to be remembered. The moment you no longer need to explain yourself, you ascend above the crowd. Your silence creates space for imagination, and imagination fills the void with power. Those around you begin to write stories about who you are, each one grander than the last. You become an idea rather than a person, and ideas cannot be forgotten. Silence, when wielded correctly, makes others overthink their words, their tone, their presence in front of you. It tilts the balance of power without effort. To embody silent power is to command through stillness. Every gesture must be deliberate, every movement measured, every gaze unwavering. There is strength in not reacting when provoked, in smiling when others expect anger, in watching when others rush to act. You control the tempo of every encounter. This calm, deliberate energy becomes a mirror that exposes the chaos in others. They feel small next to your stillness, weak next to your patience, loud next to your quiet. In their minds you rise. You become the center of gravity in every conversation, the one they cannot decode, the one they cannot dismiss. Silent power is not the absence of voice, it is the presence of control so profound that even your silence speaks louder than noise control perception, not reality, because the world does not reward truth, it rewards appearance. What people believe about you carries more weight than what you actually are. Reality is too complex for most minds to grasp, so they cling to symbols, impressions, and first glances. The wise understand this and learn to become architects of perception. They do not waste energy trying to convince, they make others want to believe. The goal is not to prove your power, but to project it so subtly that others assume it without question. When perception becomes your weapon, you dictate how people interpret your silence, your words, your presence. You decide what they see, even when they think they are seeing freely. Every interaction is a stage, and perception is the lighting that defines the scene. You must never reveal the full picture of who you are. Leave edges blurred, motives half revealed, emotions controlled. The more people have to guess, the more power you hold. Certainty breeds comfort, but ambiguity breeds fascination. It makes others lean forward, studying your tone, decoding your gestures, trying to understand what lies beneath your calm exterior. They project their own desires and fears onto you, shaping an image that benefits you without effort. The illusion of power is more potent than power itself, because it exists in the mind of the observer, not the hands of the possessor. The masses are drawn to appearances that confirm what they already want to believe. They do not search for truth, they search for reassurance. If they want to see confidence, give them poise. If they want to see danger, give them quiet intensity. If they want to see authority, give them stillness and focus. Never contradict their illusion, guide it. The secret lies in being deliberate about every signal you send. The way you speak, the way you pause, the way you occupy space, each detail sculpts perception. Your control over these subtleties decides how deeply you are remembered. Those who chase reality remain trapped within it, but those who control perception rise above it. You do not need to be the most skilled, the most intelligent, or even the most powerful, only the most perceived to be. History remembers those who mastered image, not those who mastered truth. Control the frame, and you control the story. The perception you create becomes a mirror that others willingly step into, losing sight of where you end and their imagination begins. You become a living myth, a constructive impression so compelling that reality no longer matters. The currency of composure is rarer than gold in a world addicted to noise. Everyone reacts, few respond. Everyone speaks, few listen. Everyone wants to be seen. But the powerful are remembered because they stay still when others shake. Composure is not the absence of emotion. It is the mastery of it. It is the quiet confidence that radiates from someone who refuses to be moved by external chaos. When others lose control, the composed remain calm, and in that stillness, they become untouchable. People instinctively trust the one who stays steady under pressure, for stability is the most desired quality in a world ruled by uncertainty. Those who can master their emotions command those who cannot. Every outburst, every display of frustration, every sign of impatience reveals weakness. The composed never give that away. They understand that emotion is energy, and energy, when directed, becomes influence. The calm man can see what others miss because his mind is not clouded by reaction. When others panic, he observes. When others argue, he measures. When others break, he plans. In silence, he gains clarity. In control, he gains power. The ability to stay centered while everything else trembles gives him an aura that cannot be faked. An authority that others feel but cannot explain. Composure bends perception. When you remain calm in situations that shake others, people assume you know something they do not. Your silence becomes intimidating, your lack of panic becomes mysterious, and your restraint becomes a signal of power. Those who rely on noise to assert dominance crumble before the one who rules with stillness. The composed do not chase attention. Attention comes to them naturally. It is human nature to look toward the one who remains unmoved when everyone else is trembling. To build such composure, one must become indifferent to the temporary. Praise and criticism, success and failure, love and rejection, they are all passing clouds. The composed see them for what they are, distractions designed to test their center. They never let the external dictate the internal. They may feel deeply, but they express selectively. Every movement, every reaction is a choice, not a reflex. This level of control commands respect, because it signifies mastery. Mastery over the self, the environment, and the perceptions of others. Composure is contagious. It spreads silently in every room you enter. People begin to mirror your calm, to adjust their tone, to slow their words when speaking to you. Without saying anything, you dominate the atmosphere. The world bends to your rhythm because you refuse to bend to its chaos. The composed are remembered because they give people something rare. The feeling of stability in an unstable world. The subtle power of presence begins long before a word is spoken. It is the invisible force that precedes you into a room and lingers after you leave. True presence cannot be faked because it comes from inner conviction, not performance. It is not the posture of arrogance, but the calm certainty of someone who knows their value and never needs to prove it. When you enter a space with quiet confidence, people feel it before they understand it. Their attention shifts, conversations slow, and eyes turn, not because you demand it, but because your energy pulls focus. Presence is gravity. It draws everything toward it, without motion or effort. Presence is born from awareness of yourself, of others, of the atmosphere around you. The one who observes more than he speaks, who listens before he reacts, commands attention by doing less. Each movement becomes deliberate, each glance intentional. You begin to control the rhythm of the environment, setting the tempo without announcing it. While others rush to fill the silence, you let silence work for you. It creates weight, anticipation, and mystery. People are wired to notice what they cannot easily read, and presence thrives in that space between what is visible and what is felt. To cultivate this force, one must first master stillness. The body must align with the mind. No fidgeting, no restless gestures, no wasted energy. The more composed your physicality, the stronger your aura becomes. The eyes are steady, the tone is measured, the gestures minimal yet decisive. Every action signals intention. This control creates an atmosphere of dominance, subtle but undeniable. Others begin to adjust their behavior around you without realizing why. They lower their tone, straighten their posture, seek your approval subconsciously. This is the quiet influence that true presence commands. The secret lies in emotional control. When your mood is unshaken by the room bends to you. People sense when someone cannot be swayed by flattery or intimidation. They may not understand it, but they feel it. The one who cannot be moved emotionally becomes the axis around which others revolve. Presence is not about physical appearance or words spoken. It is about emotional sovereignty. It is the power that comes from not needing attention yet receiving it effortlessly. In every social encounter, Presence is your silent introduction. It tells the world how to treat you before you open your mouth. Confidence without noise, calm without weakness, power without aggression. This is the essence of subtle presence. When mastered, it transforms every interaction into a stage you control, every moment into an opportunity to be remembered not for what you did, but for what you made others feel in your quiet, commanding stillness. The psychology of unforgettable encounters lies in one eternal truth. People may forget your words, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Every interaction leaves an imprint, a trace of emotion that either fades or lingers. The powerful understand this and use it deliberately. They do not seek to impress through logic or performance, they seek to shape emotion. Influence is not born from persuasion, but from the invisible resonance you create within another person's mind. When you speak, when you move, when you look at someone, you are transmitting energy. And it is that energy that defines how deeply you are remembered. Each encounter is an opportunity to plant emotion. Admiration, respect, desire, fear, all are tools in the art of impression. The key is to decide what feeling you wish to leave behind before you engage. To create admiration, display mastery without arrogance. To inspire respect, show restraint in the face of provocation. To evoke desire, remain slightly out of reach. To command fear, reveal no weakness. People are emotional creatures pretending to be rational. They do not analyze every word. They sense intent, tone, and energy. If you can direct those, you can control memory itself. Your voice, your rhythm, your silences, they all carry psychological weight. Speak with measured conviction, and people will feel you know more than you reveal. Use pauses as instruments of power. Let silence amplify your words. When you listen with complete stillness, the other person feels seen, and that feeling of significance binds them to you. Every gesture must have intention. A calm nod, an unwavering gaze, a slow turn. These subtle cues create emotional gravity. The mind remembers experiences that evoke emotion, and emotion is triggered by precision, not excess. The secret lies in contrast. In a world filled with predictable behavior, the unforgettable are those who defy expectation. They remain calm when others would panic, composed when others seek validation, silent when others crave attention. This contrast burns itself into memory. It makes you stand apart without having to stand above. When your behavior challenges expectation, it creates fascination, and fascination is the foundation of lasting impression. To master the psychology of unforgettable encounters, one must abandon the desire to be liked and replace it with the intention to be felt. You do not need approval, you need impact. Your goal is not to make everyone comfortable, but to make them remember you long after the conversation ends. Presence, control, and emotion intertwine into a single force. The ability to leave others haunted by your calm, intrigued by your depth, and drawn to your silence. This is how the unforgettable are made. Not through effort, but through the effortless command of emotion. And perception power does not reside in words, appearances, or gestures alone. It lives in the atmosphere you create. To leave an unforgettable impression is not to chase attention, but to make attention inevitable. It is to embody silent strength, to manipulate perception with precision, to hold composure when others break, to command presence through stillness, and to imprint emotion that lingers long after you are gone. The world bows not to those who shout the loudest, but to those whose silence feels heavier than noise. When you master yourself, your tone, your stillness, your energy, you no longer enter a room to be noticed, you become the reason the room changes. That is the essence of effortless influence. To make your very existence a statement that words could never equal.